Hey guys, what's up? Did you happen to catch the feeds last night? Not a lot of gameplay went on last night. However, there was a lot of action last night. They had a blind date episode. They were playing blind date, trying to fix up Azah on a date with one of the guys in the house. So basically, I'm not going to go through the whole date because it gets long. It gets long because they had Claire as a candidate, X as a candidate, and Kylan as a candidate. So what they did was different than from the actual, newlywed show. Not the newlywed show, the dating game. The dating game. That's right. The dating game show. They basically, they hide behind a wall, and then they ask the contestants a series of questions to see which one Ozza would like. So, but in this case, they had Hannah, Tiffany, and Alyssa come out as the representatives of the guys. And Claire was a guy because there aren't any more guys in the house because we've gotten rid of all of them, right? They've gotten rid of all of them. And Big D was the host. And Big D doesn't play on that team anyhow, but Big D said he really wanted to play because he said he would have won because he knows Ozza the best. Anyhow, which may be true. So, here's something that I took away from it. The series of questions that were asked were like, contestant number 1, 2, and 3, where would you take Azah on a first date? So, Hannah was representing Claire, and she said, I would pick her up on my motorcycle, no helmets, Applebee's, $20 budget. I'm going to forget the $20, so you're going to end up paying at the end. She said we're going to split it twofers, it's going to be $10, so we're going to split it, and then $1 margarita. I'm going to leave a $2 tip. No, a $3 tip. And then hopefully we'll go back to Azah's house. Xavier's answer. First, we would go to my grandmother's church. And then after church, we'd have dinner with the congregation. And then we'd head out to a musical at the theater. Kylan's answer, short and sweet. And that's rare for Kylan to do anything short and sweet. He said, we go see the play Wicked. Then after that, we go have some Korean barbecue. Done. So who did Azah choose this round? Azah chose Kylan's answer because one, the funny thing is her crush made it about him versus Kylan made it about the things that he's noticed in the house that Azah likes. Azah likes musical theater because I think Azah's really on the show to get a Broadway deal to get in some play. And Azah loves food and has mentioned Korean barbecue. So she chose Kylan's answer. So question number 2 comes out, and what would you wear to meet Azah's parents for the first time? Hannah's answer for Claire is still wearing the clothes from the other night, because she came in on her motorcycle, right? Motorcycle jacket, jeans with grease on it, and fire coming from the motorcycle. So then she asked Tiffany, who's representing Xavier, white button-up shirt, a gray cardigan, some khaki pants, boots, and I'd bring some flowers for your mom. Then you get to Kylan. I'd overdress with a royal purple button-down, some charcoal pants, and some black dress shoes. Azah was of course liking 2 and 3 more than 1. Like at this point, Hannah's answer / Claire's answer is a joke, right? But it's funny, right? It's keeping it entertaining. But Azah ultimately chose Xavier's answer because she liked the added touch to bring flowers to her mom. Done. Question number 3. What's the one thing that they love about Azah and why? So now Alyssa's filling in because Hannah had to go to the DR. So Alyssa's playing contestant number 1 and contestant number 3. And so she says, her passion for Skittles. Because, and then, so basically that's it. Her passion for Skittles. That's Claire's answer. Then she gets to Tiffany / Xavier. She always puts her feelings for others before her own. And then Kylan's answer was, she always thinks of others before herself. And she loves to cook. Like she always cooks for everybody. and she doesn't take life too seriously. So Ozza then goes with whose answer? Xavier. Xavier won that round, And I mean, so yeah. Azah is thoughtful. Azah does care about everybody. Like Azah was crying over Brittany, like that was her own, whereas Brittany would have cut her in a hot second. Anyhow, that's neither here nor there. So then the next question was, describe yourself in 3 words. Alyssa filling in for Hannah, who is now Claire. Down to the bone, Claire says. That's how she... Those are 3 words, down to the bone. So then Tiffany as Xavier, personable, confident, fun-loving. I don't really see fun-loving from Xavier. Kind of, sort of, maybe. And then Kylan's answer, somewhat similar, confident, ambitious, and kind. I would agree to that. Like, he's kind. He should have said confident, long-winded, and kind. But, had he said that, it would have just gone on all night. So then Azah ultimately chose Kylan for that round. Okay, got it. Cool. And then the next question was, question number 5, what is family to you? Alyssa still filling in for Hannah, who is representing Claire. And she says, Applebee's slogan, when you hear your family. I'm like, what? She's really riding this Applebee's thing. Hopefully she'll get an Applebee's deal after this. And so then Tiffany says for X, family is everything. Family is my purpose. So then Alyssa for Kylan, family is very important to me. I'm looking forward to expanding that one day. So who does Azah choose? She chose X that round. So now they have a bonus question because at this point it's a tie. So the next question is, if you had a pickup line for Azah, what would it be? Alyssa filling in for Hannah again as Claire. She answers, you make my engine vroom vroom. So how about we go back to your room and to go to boom boom. That was Claire's answers. So then Tiffany as Xavier would say, he said, I would tell her beauty has captivated me, because I don't do lines. Like, I don't do lines, Her beauty has captivated me, and hopefully that would lead to an organic conversation. And then I would ask her out on a date. Then Kai kind of answers exactly the same. No pickup lines for me here. I walk up to her and tell her how beautiful she is, and ask her if she'd like to go on a date after, some great conversation. So Azah liked Kylan's answer the best that round. Okay, now it's a tie. It wasn't a tie then. So then it was a tie. So she had to go on 2 time dates to break the tie with each of them. So it was like 15-minute dates. And ultimately, these were good dates because I feel like Azah and X actually had a connection. And, they were having, X thought it was going to be more of like a character thing, but it actually got real and they were asking real questions, which I think is bad because it got Azah's hopes up, I think. Like they were asking like real life questions. And I don't know if you're familiar with this. It came out like maybe 2 or 3 years ago that if you ask people like 36 questions, you can fall in love with them. And so they were asking real questions. So I don't know if X was just entertained, but he was very complimentary to Azah, which again, I think that got her hopes up. So then she went on her date with Kylan, and Kylan just starts going, they start talking about theater, and when Kylan was in 8th grade, he went to DC and he saw some theater and all this stuff, and like it just got long-winded. Feeds cut. Now mind you, feeds kept cutting throughout this whole game, which was annoying, but when Kylan goes on a tangent, I'm like, cut the feeds, and they cut. So they came back, and ultimately Azah chose X. We knew she would, because she was just like, she was enamored, like, and she's been enamored their entire game. Anyhow, as the night progresses, Kylan, they're scheming. Kylan and Hannah, not much happened. Kylan and Hannah and Tiff were in HOH room scheming as always, trying to figure out a way to take out Xavier when it's not going to happen. That's why, I hate it because we know no one's going to flip the house because everybody's about this group think that the cookout has to make it to a final six, except for Xavier, because Xavier wants Alyssa to win the HOH coming up and put up Tiffany. So bada bing. So they won't make final six if Tiffany goes out in this double eviction first. They won't make final six. So that shows that Xavier's not interested and is self-interested actually, and is moving Alyssa forward. So, you know, the night kind of ends with Tiffany and Hannah and HOH together. I guess Kylan left. I guess Kylan and Tiffany aren't cuddling tonight. I guess Tiffany got her little fix from Kylan. You know, rumor has it there's some video out there, you know, like they're kind of cuddling a few nights ago, and there was a little motion, but, you know, people were speculating some things, but I didn't really see any true motion. They kept talking about Tiffany's hand and Kylan's hand. Kylan's hand stayed above the sheets to me, but they were cuddled up, and so I don't know. And I feel like Tiffany, do you get yours if you need to get some pleasure in the house, because she did say the other day that the bidet satisfies her, and so there's that. But, you know, they ended the night talking about Baby D, you know, and Baby D going, and like Claire going in the jury house, and Tiffany's teasing Hannah like Baby D's gonna get with Claire, which I don't think that's gonna happen. But Hannah was like, whatever, and then so she said, well, we might just be friends. And Tiffany said y'all just might just be friends. And Hannah's like, I'm okay with that. I mean, like, look, you're 21 years old, Hannah, live your life. Because, you know, what Hannah doesn't know is everybody loves Hannah outside the house. And another interesting fact that was circulating online was that how Alyssa all season, which I wasn't aware of, has been kind of obsessed with who's the cutest in the house. Who, Hannah? You like Hannah because of her style and her personality? I don't think guys like me, because I always talk about picking my nose and farting and having to take a shit. But, you know, like, Alyssa X still loves you. But I didn't realize that people really liked Hannah. I thought Hannah was, you know, she's cute, she's pretty, but she carries herself very much so childlike and kind of robotic. So she doesn't really, but Alyssa thinks that's what guys like about Hannah. I don't know. Tell me what you think. You know, did you like BB Blind Dates? I was entertained by it, because on Tuesday nights, it's not much for me to watch on TV except for New York Housewives. And that's just, I'm over New York Housewives. Real Housewives of New York, excuse me. So tell me what you thought. Drop into the comments. Do you think Ozza made the big choice? Because, here's another thing. Ozza told X that she would be happy to be number 3 to him, which is like, Ozza, just self-evict, because you're not playing. You're playing for X. You're not listening to the women. You're listening to them. You're hearing their points, but you're so loyal to the 6, you're not even seeing that you're going to be the first to go out of the 6 after Tiffany. I hope Tiffany can win this power of veto if she gets nominated. Or I hope really Hannah can win the HOH, but it seems like Hannah has mentally psyched herself out thinking she can't win. And so, you know what? If you believe, whatever you believe, you receive. And that's my message for the day. So like and subscribe and drop into those comments and let me know your thought. And if you're going to like start bashing black women, I don't want to know your thoughts, okay? Because I hear enough bashing of black women. And if you're going to be bashing black men, I don't want to hear that either. Because we cannot exist without each other, the yin or the yang. So let's get it together, black people. Okay? UNITY. UNITY, that's for unity. Peace.